Broke my go live for once. Yes, sir. We are live. My ass is wet. How is it?
How are you jokers doing? Crazy good to see you again, buddy. Whack. I know it's been a what week, week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks since we've been live. Did you guys think about the? You guys enjoy the pack hype live? I know it makes our lives go a little bit late, but still dedicated to you guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoy a little discussion board. Thomas, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? Good to see you guys. We're chilling. We're hanging out. Who's excited for Monday morning? You think they're gonna reveal the whole set? That would be interesting. We get the whole set revealed already? That's what Mitchy Boy was saying. I tell you what, guys, if you guys smoke cigars, the GOAT, it is my favorite cigar. Fucking phenomenal. Once we get more subsets, yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I'm really interested to see what the reveal of the 30th anniversary. Are they just going to reveal the SPCs, ETBs, like the look, or are we actually going to get to see the guts inside of what is going to make the 30th? I think it's an exciting it's going to be an exciting time for sure. Hopefully they do a YouTube live. I'm sure I'll let you guys know as soon as I get any information. What's up, Joey? How are you? I commented, by the way, Joey, for the Discord. LeChonk, what is up, buddy? Good to see you. I think LeChonk, I might steal your intro song. I might steal it for a video here soon, if you're okay with that. Not for an intro, for an outro to my video, kind of like I did with the whole plumber. But yeah, very excited for Monday. So, and then here soon we'll find out about their Kwanzaa. Pablo, you're here. Cool. I will give you credit. I'll put it in the description, but I'm trying to have fun with the videos. I do think I'm gonna make a video this weekend about something I saw on Poke Beach, just giving my thoughts and opinions on it. Nothing too crazy, but it was a little, I don't know, sad, unfortunate to see kind of what was said in one of the Poke Beach articles. But how y'all been doing? How's y'all's week? I missed you guys last weekend. Um, have y'all been able to find any Chaos Rising around? Perfect Order? How y'all feeling about Chaos Rising? I know Thomas, he's been loading up on Chaos Rising. So still no wave two information on booster boxes. Apparently ETBs and I believe bundles. Thomas, correct me if I'm wrong, but those are wave twos already starting to come out or have already hit. Booster boxes, no surprise, they're not around. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the live with being pack height. Oh, you only got ETBs. Thank you for clarifying. So no bundles yet, but I'm sure Thomas will fill us in on it. What do you guys think about the Greninja being a $500 card? Pretty insane. Pretty insane. Let me know if you had to decide, you going for Shrouded Fable Greninja promo, Twilight Masquerade, or the new Mega Greninja? Which one is doing it for you guys? I'm very interested in that. Just got done building your new desk. Cool. Hopefully, looks like you're upgrading. You've been upgrading. Did you upgrade your camera? And also, guys, don't forget, if the 30th does not have a Lechonk illustration rare, SIR, or full art, we riot. We don't buy it. You like the promo and Twilight better? I agree. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Shrouded Fables promo of the Greninja. I could see why people like it, especially compared to the Twilight Masquerade Greninja, but I still think the Twilight Masquerade Greninja is a really good card. It's substantially dropping 250, so crazy. If you're talking about the new Greninja, the Mega, it's actually not dropping. It's starting to climb again. Look at the graph at the 1 month graph. I know it hasn't been out for a month, but it's actually starting to rebound. It's starting to go back up. A lot of the cards in Chaos Rising are actually starting to rebound. That was part of the reason I made that video that I made and gave my opinion at the end of the video, not because I'm personally doing it, um, but these cards and these sets, these product, they're rebounding super quick. You have just a couple days right now, not long term, but right now where it feels like you have to grab it or it's just going to start going back up. So, not telling you guys to obviously FOMO into the Mega Greninja or any of these other SIRs, these chase cards or anything like that. But if you look at that graph, it's starting to go back up. What's up, Lambo? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I hear you, Pablo. Yeah, I think you really don't need a new mic or a camera. Maybe not a rechargeable mic, just like a desk mic. They got all kinds of different ones, but your camera seems fine. None of the whole Mega Blocks. Well, the Mega Block is new, so there's still that opportunity to get it. I don't know if they'll put it in the Mega Block. We know we got Pitch Black, 30th, Rayquaza, supposed Rayquaza. We have Aura Seeker after that, which is not supposed to be a specialty set. It's supposed to be, just a normal main series set. We're still waiting on Radiant Ruby Shining Sapphire for that potentially to come out, and then whatever else. So we'll see. We'll see what the Mega Block has in store for us. And I know according to Crazy, from all the information that was leaked, Mega is supposed to be a continuation of Gen 10. What's up, Blood? Did you find me a colored Labubu? If not, I'll just order one. But I am looking forward to getting your zombie one. Yeah, I need to talk to Pack Hype and see how Pack Hype does his openings because he's got the face cam and then he's got the camera. I don't know how you set that up, but eventually, when I'm able to open up some products at reasonable prices, I need to have that for sure. Yeah, dropped to 364, then came back to 466. Absolutely, sir. Ruby Sapphire Pika plushie was on the PC. It's coming. They're hinting at it. That set's gonna be crazy. You wanna talk about Ascended Heroes, man. That Radiant Ruby Shining Sapphire specialty set, especially if it's like a black and white style, which I think why wouldn't it be like a black and white style if it's literally two separate sets? Man, could you imagine Gen 3, every single Pokemon getting an illustration rare or an SIR? SIR Kyogre, SIR Groudon. Another I don't know. Would they do a Rayquaza, another SIR Rayquaza? I guess they would do a normal Rayquaza SIR. That'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely nuts. So we'll see. We'll see if that comes to tuition and if Pokemon's crazy enough to release a set like that. I think that would be insane. But it'd be really fun. Full art gold stars too. I don't think they're gonna be doing all that now. But we'll see. We do need some more Whale Lord. Justice for Whale Lord. Journey Together Whale Lord was good, but we need another one. I am really excited though, LeChonk. I do a live before this. That's why my lives are going a little bit later. Unfortunately, I hate it and I love it at the same time because I'm able to talk to other people and kind of debate. We have two different kind of opinions on things, so it's fun. But I'm excited for the Whale Lord in Pitch Black. I hope the texturing is really good. They kind of make that wave slash sand look to it. If they do that, I think it's going to be a cool full art. So I'm excited for it. We definitely need another Whale Lord SIR. Yeah, crazy. I don't know. I just feel like if you look at kind of the track record as of lately, these chase SIRs, they rebound super quick. So I still think 400, 500, $600 is insane for a chase card. Is there potential, it goes to $800? I don't know. That's why it was more of, again, I think the video, some people might have taken it out of context, but the video was really about if you are just, you can't wait. You don't want to take that risk of waiting, with everything, the print numbers being less and all that. I just felt like, you need to react sooner than than later. But again, for me personally, I'm doing the same shit I'm always doing. I'll always be transparent with you guys also. I'm just waiting. I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, I don't know if Greninja is super playable or not. Yeah. The cards for Pitch Black are very interesting. How are you guys feeling about Pitch Black? Do you guys feel like it's a cohesive set, that it makes sense? Do you feel like it's a very dark theme set, like along the lines of Shrouded Fable? I'm very interested. How do you guys think? Let me ask you, put it in a price range for those that want to. Where do you think it's going to lie as price range wise, or between the three sets that we currently have, Perfect Order, Chaos Rising, and Pitch Black? How would you rank them? If it is special set, Pokemon's going nuts. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. It um but what's crazy though, right, Lambo, is we've had really good specialty sets in the past that weren't in a bull market. Pokemon was just doing their thing and you were still able to go pick them up. You know what I'm saying? So, it just depends when it comes out how the market's doing, how much is printed, where's the demand at, where's the supply at. There's a lot of variables up. It is overpriced, 100%. I'm not disagreeing with that. Next year's print numbers are the real indicator for sure. I really feel like they are, not that the facility is fully operational, but I definitely feel like they're in that facility, whether they're printing, packaging, they're doing something too in that facility. So next year, it's gonna be a indicator for sure. I think I told you guys this for a while. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh," they said 2028. The end of 2028 is when this printing facility is gonna happen. Nah, bro. These companies, especially Pokemon, number one IP in the world, you don't think if they want that facility done and ready to go in a year, it's gonna get done and ready to go in a year? Also, not sucking Joey's dick or anything, but Joey brought up a good point. When Pokemon did that new facility with Millennial, they said the time frame was going to be X amount of time, and they got it done super duper quick as well. So they've shown the track record that they can get shit done quicker than what they originally tell people. But I definitely think the Pokemon's in there. What's up, Chew? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a good night. You playing some video games with the boys? Middle set of 3? I agree, but, there is some strong sentiment around Perfect Order and how Perfect Order is semi easy to obtain. People are having a fun time opening up those packs. There's some good illustration rares in that set. I feel like Chaos Rising definitely has the better illustration rares out of all three of them. More cohesive, more illustration rares to actually go for. I think Chaos Rising is pretty. It's not a full package, but it's a very good set for what it is. Um, but yeah, I think I put Pitch Black at the bottom. I think Perfect Order is better in my opinion than Pitch Black, besides the chase card, besides the Darkrai. Interesting, Lambo. So what puts Perfect Order above Pitch Black for you? Is it strictly the Darkrai? Pitch Black is greater than Perfect Order. Perfect Order is greater than Chaos Rising. Damn, LeChonk, you're hating on my Chaos Rising that bad? What don't you like about Chaos Rising? Probably when it probably 500 when it comes out, 3 to 350 after a bit. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, Lambo, I think that they are going to pull I think they're gonna pull kind of a rug pull situation. I'm not gonna bet the farm on it, but I think that we may see the wave 2 of Perfect Order and Chaos Rising when Pitch Black comes out or around that same time frame. I think they're gonna try to hit us with 3 sets at one time. They've done it before in the past. We'll see. Either that or Perfect Order and Chaos Rising are short printed. Where the fuck are the booster boxes, you know? What's up, Korean guy, AAA? Yeah, I was actually just in a live over on Pack Hype's channel. So unfortunately, on Fridays, it pushes me a little bit farther back behind on my schedule. Typically, I like to shoot for 10:30, but 10:30 Central. But we're doing kind of like a weekly podcast debate style live, and so it just pushes me a little bit farther back. But tomorrow I'll be live 10:30 Central inside. I don't know if anyone's going to call in. We may not even do a call in. I don't know. I think Chase is better for Pitch Black, but the IR is kind of weak. Yep, 100% choo choo. Agree with you, man. Damn. Okay. Is that because of Chase? Is that what you guys? So you think the Darkrai is is what's going to propel it over Perfect Order? Yeah, I agree, Lambo. Yeah, so we're going based off Darkrai. I can respect that, Lachonk, 100%. Yeah, no, you're good, Lambo. I need to do a better job at letting you guys know. I posted in the Discord. I know that like Lachonk, he doesn't do Discord. You don't do Discord. So Friday nights we will go a little bit later um, for the live to start. Unfortunately, I apologize, but um, yeah, he reached out to me. He wanted to do it. I think it's fun. So if you guys do remember, Fridays, 9 o'clock Central Time, I go live with him for hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm right there with you, Korean guy. 100%. I hate the Mega Darkrai as far as the design and the looks of it, but they did a good job with the SIR. So um, that was kind of a whoopsie on me. But I also did say, hey, there is potential Pokemon could make a really good SIR. So hi, FOMO. What's up, buddy? How are you doing? Good to see you. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Hopefully you're doing well. Yes, sir. Quack. I am alive. I am live as well. We are smoking our cigar, drinking our Red Bull. It's having a good night. Hopefully you guys are having a good night as well. We going live tomorrow, FOMO? Well, let's do it. Okay. Lambo, is my audio better? I may just have to rock without the earbud, to be honest with you. What? FOMO can't come on? It's been a minute since FOMO came on. Good. Yeah, I'm glad to I'll be glad to have conversations with whoever. You guys know that. I've invited people on. Hell, I've even invited Joey on, but me and him, we have a love-hate relationship for some for some reason. So maybe one day we'll we'll just have a love relationship. We'll see. We got plenty to talk about. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So I appreciate you coming by. Somebody we still need to try to get Suge on. Some luck tomorrow. Whack, you didn't miss much. We were just talking about Monday morning, 30th anniversary. Are they going to reveal the products? Um, are they going to reveal the whole entire set? What are we going to see? Then we were talking about Pitch Black, Chaos Rising, stuff like that. What people prefer, the Dark Ride, Greninja, all kinds of stuff. Nietzsche's thoughts on the which one? Pokemon International's been doing some crazy stuff. So you talking about them banning sealed products, graded cards, uh, all of it? Yeah, see, it's been a week. It has been a freaking week. We got 30th anniversary is gonna have 30 different Pikachus. We don't even know what those 30 different Pikachus are gonna be. Um, we got that. Then, hey, they're gonna go ahead and reveal the anniversary set, or they might in a couple weeks. Then they reveal it. Then they're gonna reveal it on Monday. Just a bunch of crazy stuff. A bunch of it's been an interesting week. So, Korean guy, as long as you get your hands on the 30 celebration Crystal Lugia, I will be happy. I don't know if they're gonna do it though. I don't know if we're gonna get a Crystal Lugia 30th anniversary. I know they teased it with the whole 30th anniversary, but if you look, it was all the different languages. So there was German, Korean, Chinese. They were just. I think they were really showing the evolution of Pokemon cards throughout the last 30 years. We might get a Crystal Lugia. I hope we do. How cool would that be to get a Crystal Lugia illustration rare, you know? Um, but yeah, we all know the deal. 30th is going to be crazy. Pokemon Center Drop's going to be crazy. UPC, SPC, whatever it's supposed to be, that's going to be crazy. Get what you can, be patient. Hopefully, they do what they did with the 25th anniversary, where Walmart's, Targets, they have to get additional shelving to be able to fill all of the products. I think that that could be something that they are potentially doing. Why we're not getting Wave Two, Perfect Order booster boxes or Chaos Rising. I feel like they could really be focusing hard on the 30th anniversary. It's just going to come down to when it gets released. You go to your Walmarts, you go to your Targets, Game Scalp, Best Buys. Is there a ton of it, or is it just like any other drop? If there's a ton of it, we kind of know, hey, they were really narrowing and focusing on Prismatic Evolution, Surging Sparks, and the 30th anniversary. And we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I'm very curious about the 30th Pikas as well. Are they going to be half arts? We know they're all going to be foil, so there's six cards in each pack. One will be a Pikachu, and every single card in the pack will be foil. Or they don't say foil or better; they just say foil. So, are they half arts? Are they illustration rares? Are they alt arts? Are they SARs? Are they tag teams? Are they legends? Um, are they remakes of the vintage, Pikachu, like Red Cheeks Pikachu, the original, the OG Trikachu? Do we get a Trikachu a remake, but the 30th stamp? That'd be some funny shit right there. Everyone's busting their nut for this Trikachu, and then in the 30th, they put it in there. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it'd be funny. It'd be funny for sure. Let's see. So since grading is halted, you think it will cause other graded cards to go up? Um, I don't know how much higher graded cards could really go. We're paying $5,000 for the Mega Gengar, $5,000 for the Trikachu. Um, I think there's really two ways this plays out. W- One, and I guess this is more of like the raw cards. One is they just are graded, they just continue to climb, they continue to go up. Or it allows, especially for raw single cards, it allows them to go down. People don't want to pay 80, 150, 300, whatever, 500 bucks to send in cards. So they put it on singles. It causes the single market to go down. Uh, here's what I'll tell you. I think that with PSA shutting down, apparently what I've heard is that the backlog of 10 million, which if you believe that or not, whatever, 5 million of those cards that are backlogged are Pokemon cards. What do you think is going to happen when those 5 million cards that are backlogged get finished, graded? I think we're going to see a junk slab era. I know we're already there with the hollows and the half arts, the EXs, these just every I mean the bullshit that people have been grading. Um, I think that we're gonna see a flood of these slab cards, and it's gonna kill the secondary slab market. So if it goes up right now, whatever, fuck it, who cares? They'll eventually catch up. That's why I made the video. PSA shut down, last bull run, and that was the quote unquote top of the market, and everything went down. So I don't personally give a shit. Fuck, fuck PSA. There's a couple PSA 10s I want to get for investment purposes. I've been very transparent about those. But other than that, yeah, I don't care. I'm pretty much a tag or raw person myself. But yeah, I think we're short term. Whatever happens, happens. Long term, we're gonna see a flood. Let's see. How long more? Rumor is there will be a reveal on June 1st for the weird Mewtwo Mew energy cards. Yeah, FOMO. I apparently Monday, whatever is that June 1st? Monday, Pokemon's revealing the 30th anniversary. Pokemon Japan, but that's pretty much English. So we'll see. But again, who knows? Is it the cards inside the set? Is it the sealed? Is it who knows? Who knows what they're actually going to reveal to us? Just because they say it's a reveal doesn't mean they're going to be like, "Hey guys, this is your 30th anniversary set. It's every single card, every single illustration, rare reimagination. We just don't know. They could literally be like, "Here's your ETB. This is what it's going to look like." I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much. I just think that the Mew and Mewtwo pictures that I've seen of those 2 cards, the new rarity, I don't like them. We'll see what they do with them. So I'm gonna leave it open-minded. It's too much. Slabs are such a joke. I mean, I think slabs have a place to be, but bro, why are we paying $5,000 for a Trikachu, a Gengar? Um, like it just your Moonbryon it, like just got to that point. The Sunbrown, like your Lugia from Silver Tempest, your Giratina, like there's so many other good cards that are not even close to that in PSA 10s. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Whack, what are you talking about? That's 2 months, 4 months. Are you talking about them grading? I don't know. We'll see. Send it to me for free. I'll have a post-it note on it with a number. That's pretty much how it works, man. That's pretty much how it works. Interesting, FOMO. Very interesting. I heard One Piece is kind of getting a revival though, no? Is it not starting to take back off? Maybe that's why they stopped to get all the stuff they have on hand and out, then no more shit cards like basic. Yeah, I mean, I think they definitely decided instead of shutting down all of PSA, they decided, hey, let's keep up the higher tiers because surely to shit, no dumbass is gonna send in an EX Charizard from Phantasmal Flames. That's a $5 EX, and they're gonna send it to us, at 80 bucks a pop to try to get a PSA 10 that sells for what was it, Lambo? Like 120, $150, something like that. So I definitely think they did it on purpose for sure. Yeah. No. I honestly, I would love to see a market again where the raw cards are not more expensive than slabs, but like a raw card is not the equivalent of a PSA 9, like how we used to have things. It's just everything's just gotten absolutely nuts. But yeah, I don't really care for slabs. Like I said, tag slabs are beautiful in my opinion. I really enjoy the look of tag slabs, but I could totally go without grading cards. It's not that big of a deal to me. There's only a handful of cards. Again, as investment plays, that I would have that as an investment in a PSA 10. And then I would, of course, have the normal um, I would just have like a Korean or Chinese or a different language as a collection piece, like the Umbreon from Prismatic, for example. I would have one in Chinese, Korean, Japanese preferably. And then I would have, even a Japanese PSA 10 just to be able to move into that for investment purposes. A month of Pokemon, why would be a flooding? Who knows? Maybe they're not grading as much as they say they're grading. There's a lot of speculation that a lot of these numbers are not true. So yeah, I'm very excited as well, FOMO. I'm trying to give you some uncommon questions or opinions. No, you're good, crazy. Just keep shooting. So happy it's Mewtwo. Hopefully, justice from above. I hope so. The last two Mewtwo cards, I know that Choo Choo's a big fan of Ascended Heroes Mewtwo because it reminds him of the Super Smash Bros. Mewtwo. They're a bad, bro. They're so bad. I feel like the last good Mewtwo we got was from Pokemon Go. So I'm ready for well, and you could also include the 151 promo that we got of Mewtwo. But it's been a while. So I'm hoping they do a good job with it. At least lower value singles might drop a little. They probably will. They probably will. People won't be sending them off anymore. So they got two choices. Do you hold on to them, hope they continue to climb? They could. Or do you just put it on the market, try to sell it? We get a flooding onto the market of lower chase singles, and then the market kind of starts to settle itself. Also, while we're going into this quote unquote summer lull, who knows what's actually going to happen with that? Um, we are seeing a bunch of people selling off. Maybe the demand isn't going to be there for some of these singles. They just continue to go down in price, and you're able to pick them up at a reasonable price. There's a lot of things up in the air right now, but all the hype will come back for the 30th anniversary, the Rayquaza set. Unfortunately, you know, I would love nothing more than 30th, there to be no hype for the 30th or the Rayquaza set, but that's just not realistic. People aren't that bright. I know they're not. I mean, I'm pretty fucking stupid too, so I don't think I'm a genius or anything like that, but look like dividers or packer. Agree, agree, 100% crazy. I don't know. I don't know how much PSA gets. So messy, bro. 100%. Some things are going to interesting. Yeah, these markets are starting to catch up, bro. Still only 4 months. That's if the numbers are right, though. We don't know if, like, I'll say this, can we trust PSA? What has PSA done lately to make us trust that they're giving the right information out? So Just we'll see, we'll see. I've heard from other content creators. I've not talked to them, just from watching their videos. They talk to people in PSA. The temporary shutdown, again, is not, a week or 2, it's months of that they're shutting this down for. So, we'll just see, man. Could they jump back up in 4 months? Yeah. Could they take a year? Who freaking knows? All I know is that their value, their bulk, these lower tier submissions, they're what? 6 to 8 months behind already? So, maybe they're not grading as much as they say they're grading. I don't know. I don't work for PSA. I'm purely speculating. Hey man, hope you're doing well. Been a while since I've dropped in. Yeah, what's up, Pastor? Appreciate you stopping by. Sorry, I just got to your comment. I don't know if you're still here, but appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you hang out for a while, enjoy it. If not, all good. Hope you have a great weekend. Yeah. No. I hate when I watch videos of people, they send them off to PSA hoping to get a PSA 10. It doesn't come out. It comes out in PSA 9, PSA 8, and they just crack it out and sell it as a near mint raw card. Uh, I know that's the way the market works. People want to make their money for it, but yeah, I don't. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like PSA 9 is good. So, but back in the day, you also had with the near mints, you didn't know, like, the near mints were more expensive because you had that opportunity at a 10. So there, it's just the market's weird. The market's always evolving, always changing. People are always, moving things around, switching things around. It's never always the same. History does tend to repeat itself. So we'll see. But I do not like the fact that if people send in a Dragonite, for example, from Ascended Heroes, I don't like you're going for the 10, it comes back as a 9. So instead of it being, I don't know what Dragonite's going for, what, like 3K, maybe 2.5K, something like that. Um, you don't get that. So instead you crack out of the slab and you sell it as a near mint. Honestly, some Joe Schmo is probably gonna buy that card, resubmit it, and they may get the 10, they may get fucked. You just never really know. We do need a new movie. Yes, sir. 100%. Let's get past all this. I'm ready for Gen 10. Yes, sir. I am ready for Gen 10 as well. Be very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how the market is with Gen 10. You've been hearing a lot of people talking about these are good starters. Um, I've said the game looks good. Will the game perform well? Will the game be everything that they're trying to make it out to be? Who really knows? Traditionally, you guys know new generations aren't as hyped. They go and they focus on those newer Pokemon. We'll see. We'll see. Twice Big Jake made a crazy statement that the bull run is going to continue till 2030 because that's when the new gen starts, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all. Uh, I imagine Gen 10 will start, if the game comes out November, October, November of 2027, we'll get Gen 10, March of, what is that, 2028? So you're telling me we're going to be 2 years into Gen 10 before the bull run ends? I don't know. I mean, it could happen, right? Anything's possible. But I just felt like that was a really dumb fucking take, personally. What's up, Blab? How are you, buddy? Not at all. PSA is a joke, right? 100%, bro. 100%. Yeah. Thanks again for coming by. I appreciate it. It's a PSA 8. Hey, but you know what? Someone paid what, 1.25K for that Dragonite? Make sense, right? I mean, I hope he didn't get scammed. I imagine he hasn't made a video about it. So but why? Why? They paid $400 over. It's still Mega Dragonite's 850 card. And I understand Pablo said he charged it, and I'm gonna be very transparent because Pablo used me in his short, not full context. It was very he wanted it for a certain reason. I don't know if he was trying to start shit or he was trying to be funny, but um he said he was trying to put it up at a higher price so nobody would buy it, and then somebody ended up buying it, which is not his fault. It was $400 over market. So, yeah, that was really dumb of whoever did that. If I'll tell you this, if the Pokemon Bull Run goes until 2030, half of you guys will not be here because you will be retired in Barbados or wherever that really rich island place is with the houses in the middle of the ocean. You guys will have sold all your Pokemon, be retired, and not give a shit if this bull run continues for another 4 years. That's a 6-year bull run. Korean guy, it's not 100% confirmed until Pokemon confirms it. Beach has said that though. So Beach is, I would say, very reliable. That's what they're reporting. So, but nothing's concrete until Pokemon says it. Oh, Joey. What's up, Roxy? How are you doing? Off to France for you? What's in France? You like French woman or something? Yeah, Thomas, you'll definitely be fucking retired, bro. If you're not retired, I don't know what you're doing wrong, bro. You should be good in 4 years if that's the case. OMR. I don't know what that means. Hey, Blab's just a collector. He is. He loves ripping packs. You can't hate it. You got to respect it. So I'm all here. If he wants to buy, I don't care. What was it, Blab? 2025? Was it 25 Ascended Heroes ETBs or was it 10 ETBs? Like, if he wants to buy all those and rip them, fuck it. Who cares? It ain't hurt nobody. He's a collector. Not selling. Bro, you gotta sell at some point. Take some profits. No? Oh, nice, Korean guy. Congratulations. Yeah, mine are supposed to be here the 3rd, whatever day that is. I guess Wednesday, they're supposed to be here. We'll wait and see. I'm not gonna I I'm not gonna get too excited until they're at the front door. I open up the package and they're not beat to shit. If they are, me and my kids are gonna open them up and get absolutely fisted by prismatic evolutions. And big shout out to you, by the way, for the cheat code. I really do. Again, I really do appreciate it. I am going to get the Korean soccer team jersey and wear it. I'm gonna keep my promise. I may forget who the person is. I think I made a note of it, but I will get the men's Korean soccer jersey. Stop the cap. It's not no cap. I love Blab. Might sell a little. I've heard Jodo Jake was doing a live with TRJ, and he said that the new SPCs that at least he's gotten, they look really good. There's no color flaking or anything like that. So I just want one. I mean, I would like 6 of them just to have, but I just want one that is just super clean. And if that's all I got, that's all I got. So, but again, big shout out to you. Really appreciate it. Especially prismatic. Hey, Blab did hit a demigod pack. So that's better than most people have done. Anyways, while everybody while those two are arguing, what's going on, guys? How are you? Who was able to hit on the SPCs? Or did you hit today on Costco with the heavy hitters? You glad you're still a kid? Pablo, you are not a kid. You are literally you're pretty much an adult. You're like technically you're a minor. Nobody knows if you're 17, if you're 18, if you're a senior, if you're a junior. So, like, but you're not a kid. My kids are kids. You're damn near an adult. If you don't have kids, you're ripping or con others. Oh, guys, what are we doing? No one hit Costco? Damn. Oh, yeah, didn't you say that there was, like, super low stock or something like that? Pablo, stay young. Just don't do it. Then Prizzy Crowns distorting brains. I like the Sumbreon. I do. I like the Sumbreon. I like the Sylveon. Other than that, I don't care for any of the other evolutions. I like the Palafin too. So, but they're not the Sumbreon. I could argue. I've argued. I think it's better than the Moonbreon. But other than that, I think Evolving Skies takes the cake. Sword and Shield. The promos, the Jolteon, the VMAX that you got from the boxes, the Flareon, the Vaporeon. I feel like those are better than Prismatic Evolutions. So never opened up a Lorcana pack. Hey, teach his own, I guess. You're 16 at heart. Let's see. If DR gets the same print run as Prismatic, it'd be under MSRP. Um, yeah. If booster boxes got the same print run or does get the same print run as Prismatic, uh, yeah, depending on the market too. But more than likely, probably not. I feel like by the time that they do a reprint, if they do a reprint for booster boxes, I think they will do a reprint for booster boxes. It would be extremely dumb for Pokemon to not do that. But right now, booster boxes are currently sitting at 605 with sales at 605. If we go all the way through this year and don't get any, they're probably going to climb. You know, it just depends on what the market decides to do. You do have 30th anniversary taking away from it. You also have the Rayquaza set, then Ascended Heroes. I don't know. If the market booms, I could see Destined Rivals being 800. I don't really think it's gonna reach $800 for for Destined Rivals this year. But yeah, I mean, the longer they take for Destined Rivals to get, especially if they wait till late 2027, early 2028 before they do any sort of booster box reprint, if they do one, bro, that people are gonna be ultra confident in that box. even if they hammer it, you might be lucky to see a 50% decrease in that box, and that would be all faith is lost, demand is gone, they just have hammered the shit out of that box, so you're still looking at a $600 box, which is fine, as long as you just want 1 for your collection, maybe 2, you might be able to pick them up on, like, the Pokemon Center, maybe some vending machines. There's just so many variables up in the air, I only want 1, that's all I care about, um, so if I can get 1 from the Pokemon Center at some point as a restock, I'm happy with it. Let's see. They must be talking to me. What are they talking to me about? What, because I don't open up packs? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Cerulege in Prismatic or the Terapagos. I think the Terapagos is better in Stellar Crown. So, each its own, right? Everyone likes different things. Pack Hype is a big fan of Roaring Moon. I know that Joey says that that's the best card in Prismatic Evolutions. I picked it up in Japanese. I was not blown away by it. So, I like the Palafin better than the Roaring Moon. I also think the Eevee from the SPC is a better freaking card than most of the evolutions that are in Prismatic Evolutions as well. So, to each its own, right? Uh, Never seen one. I'd have better chances of seeing a unicorn. They were out there. You were able to pick them up. Just at the time, nobody wanted to pick them up, and that's continued to be the motto throughout the whole existence of it. So I strongly feel like we will see Destined Rivals booster boxes readily available. Who really truly knows? I think surely to goodness Pokemon's got to restock them at least one freaking time. What's the lowest you think we see Ascended Heroes packs get? Full transparency, I feel like PokePaster, we could see. I feel like Ascended Heroes is Crown Zenith 2.0. Um, you know, I like Crown Zenith. I think Crown Zenith's a really strong set. I think that with the new printing facility, I think Pokemon can hammer the shit out of Ascended Heroes if they choose to. Um, so we could see like a Crown Zenith 2.0 situation. That's where I put my hat on. I'm gonna leave my hat on there. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So realistically, depending on how the market's shaping up, Crown Zenith 2.0 situation, we'll probably see him $4 or $5 a pack potentially. Agree, disagree, it's all good with me. That's just how I personally feel about it. So, yeah. Anyone not buying DR booster boxes aren't real Pokemon fans. Yep. This guy right here. Zero sealed, zero Pokemon cards. Yeah. You already know the drill, Joey. I'm not even real. You guys don't understand this. I am not real. I'm a robot. So I got a computer over here beside me that is all chat GBT that just feeds me the information. 86 booster box. Yes, sir. No longer. They're done for. They have to go to Europe. Yeah, they keep getting those reprints. Yeah, I know, Thomas. Yep. You wanted them. You went for them, and you got them, and you're good. Yeah, that is unfortunate, Korean guy. I know that GameStop did have them for 200 when they first came out. Of course, depends on your area. Depends when you got there. So, yeah, I mean, bro, I'll be honest. Very few people if you were to go back in time and tell them what they thought Destined Rivals was going to do, in a year, 2 years, they would have never said this. They would have never predicted this being $600 booster box. If they're saying that, they're lying. People forget when Destined Rivals was first announced during World Champions, they were super excited. Team Rocket theme, Dark Pokemon, all the speculation, all of just the talks of what could potentially happen. And then we started seeing the cards. and everybody fucking hated that set. They did not like that set. But then, as we've seen time and time again, sentiment changes. It came out of the gates. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was like 270 to 250. And people, everybody, no, I'm going to wait. No, that's overpriced. And then it just went right back up and it's gone up and down and up and down. So, but yeah, nobody could have told you Desperado was going to do. I'll tell you this: if you take away Giovanni and Mewtwo on the box, if you have a Mewtwo card without Giovanni, that just is Mewtwo. If you take away anything Team Rocket based, not the artwork, but just there's no Team Rocket characters, there's no Team Rockets, you know, freaking Team Rockets Moltres, Team Rockets Mewtwo. Nobody would be saying that Destined Rivals is nostalgic, that it's a Team Rocket set. It's not even a Team Rocket set. So, um, yeah, sure. Destined Rivals, best set of Scarlet and Violet, worst set of Scarlet and Violet, better than Evolving Skies. Pick your camp. I don't give a shit. I think Destined Rivals is severely overhyped. I just do. Sorry, that was probably a long answer though. Yeah, my DR boxes. Yep. Yes, sir. I did as well, and I sold it. Yes, sir. $4 to $5 pack would be awesome. Yeah, I would love it. I would love it. But guess what? People would not be opening up a Sin of Heroes if it was $4 or $5 a pack. So if it was $4 or $5 a pack, the Gengar, the Trikachu, the Dragonite, was 100, 150, $200, people wouldn't be opening it. So it is what it is. No, sir, Lambo. You are a fake fan, screen clicker. Should have bought more. Always should have bought more. Yeah, Roxy. Yeah, you couldn't wait, or not you couldn't wait. You didn't want to wait. You believed in Destined Rivals. You had the money available. You made your decision, and it's paying off so far. And if you hold for the next 3 to 5 years, maybe a little bit longer, because we don't know how all of this, especially if we have these boxes just stagnate instead of going down or correcting harshly, we don't know how that's going to make investing or long term changes to the market. But you have a track record. So you'll hold, you'll be okay. You're not going to lose money. It's all good. Roxy Boxy is very loaded. Robots can't hold plungers. I'm, I'm not Pokey Plumber. Still think that's where I was mid. I have a box myself. Just don't love set. Yep, 100%, bro. I think it's a mid set as well. Yep. Yeah. No. Did they have that on the Pokemon Center too, FOMO? Is that the one that you're talking about? The Pokemon Center one that you just had to spend like $25? Oh, you live in New York City. Yeah, you're fucked. Yeah. New York City, I heard's rough. Jay Ketchum, is it Jay Ketchum TCG? Maybe it's Jay Ketchum. I don't remember. But he lives in New York City too. He said it's pretty rough. And you guys don't have vending machines. Oh, did Joey crash out when they revealed the Death Survival singles? Interesting. I mean, most people did, to be honest with you. It's literally a Journey Together counterpart set. Fucking facts, bro. Straight up facts. I think I've said that before, but 100%, bro. That is facts. That it's a better Journeys Together set. Absolutely. If you get rid of the Team Rocket themed, all these sets are a mess. Yes, sir. Oh, people don't give a shit about set integrity anymore. No, they don't care. It's all about the chase. It's all about what the people on YouTube when they come, they spend $600 on Destined Rivals. They want to hear how great Destined Rivals is, how great of a decision that they made, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if the set is cohesive, if it makes sense, it doesn't. It's all about that fucking chase. No, whack. I mean, yeah, there's potential. It will be June, so there is potential. Yeah, maybe this week for Pitch Black. Yes, sir. Chaos Rising is very cohesive. Yes. Control All Drew. 100% good to see you. It's been a while. We need a mega Gyarados ASAP. A freaking sap. Mega Gyarados SIR is what we need. Absolutely. Yeah, Korean guy. I'm a big fan of Entei as well. I I will be honest, I do not like the Entei from Crown Zenith. It's not bad, but they messed it up. They made it. I don't know. What would you describe the style? Cartoonish? I don't know. They instead of making it look big and menacing and fearful, not like scared, but like, scary, like how you remember it in the movies and TV shows, they just kind of made it look goofy. Yep, derpy. Yeah, that would be it too. Wonder what Zard will get in the 30th. We will get the base set Zard extended art SIR. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm just like I keep wanting to pull the trigger because my daughter really wants the Suicune card from Crown Zenith. She decides she likes Suicune, and I think that the Raikou is a it's a decent artwork. It's not like the most incredible artwork I've ever seen, but it's decent. And so I'm like, well, if I want to get those two, I need to, even though I don't collect cards or anything. Remember this, guys. I do not like Pokemon. Okay, I hate Pokemon. I have under 600 subscribers because I'm trying to make money from this, okay? Okay. Um, but I'm like, if I'm gonna collect the other 2 cards, I should get the Entei to just have all 3. But I just that'd be the only reason I got the Entei is just to have all 3 of them. I just don't care for that Entei card from Crown Zenith, so it's about time we get a good menacing, Entei card. I want a Groudon SIR. Yes, sir. I think we'll get one with if we get the Radiant Ruby Shining Sapphire. And if we do not get the Radiant Ruby Shining Sapphire, I think it's because Pokemon just canned it. I know that Pokemon, as far as we know, doesn't really do that. But as if you look at the list that we had before Mega Block even came out, every single set besides Aura Seeker, or at least up to Aura up until we got the announcement of Aura Seeker, has been on that list. The only one we have not seen yet is Radiant Ruby Shining Sapphire. So, what I think, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, I'm not trying to repeat myself, but in case you missed Thomas, I think if they do it, we could be getting a Black Bolt White Flare situation because it's two separate sets, right? So maybe we get a Gen 3 super specialty set, every illustration rare, SIRs. If they don't do a Groudon, they don't do a Kyogre SIR, that's just a massive fuck up, but I don't think they're not gonna do that. So, but we do need a Groudon SIR. Yes, sir. It looks like crayon. That is yep, that's a good, yeah, it looks like a kid drew it. That's a good point. Watch the Ray Ray set have all 3 SIRs in it. That'd be crazy. Bro, if that's the case, we're cooked. People are never leaving Pokemon. Never. If if it's got all 3 of them. I don't think it will. I think it'll have Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza, which is it's I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be wrong. It's nearly impossible to fuck up Mega Rayquaza SIR. But then now watch I say that and then they fuck it up and nobody wants it. Um, but yeah. Um, I think it'll be like Mega Rayquaza, and then who knows? They'll probably put 3 derpy ass Pokemon that have nothing to do with it, and nobody will give a shit anyways about them. Maybe a couple people, but yeah, I almost guarantee they'll juice up the race set to be bigger, like Mega Base. I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll see. It looks like Japanese is doing one for they're doing just a single set, and so Pokemon's doing the same thing. And they actually, if you listen to some other content creators that get cases, I don't get cases. It looks like they've actually broken up sets. So, hypothetically speaking, Chaos Rising was supposed to go with Perfect Order. You could argue Chaos Rising goes with Pitch Black because they both have Misty. Misty's in Pitch Black. It's a water themed set because the cases are saying like extended or something. It's weird. Go watch Pokey Plumber. He made a video I think a week ago talking about it. So I think Pokemon had these sets in mind as bigger sets, and they're splitting them off because it makes it where later on, if if they want to, right? It's purely speculation, but if they want to, they can go and reprint those sets a lot quicker than if they had just big set after big set after big set after big set. Um, Again, all purely speculation. Oh, I love the Paradox Rift Groudon. I've got a Japanese one um, of that card. I think it's a really cool card. I just wish it was an SIR. You know what I'm saying? Raging Bolt from Temporal. Yeah, I'm not a fan of what they did with the dogs, the cats, the legendary beasts. Everybody has different names for them and what they're supposed to be. I've been corrected so many times. I call them legendary dogs. Apparently, they're not. I don't know. I'm not going to argue with people. I'm just not a fan of the new design that they gave them. So, so yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Pokey Pastor. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Would have a side by side with Kyogre. I'm very disappointed about that. Would be really cool. Yeah. I think they're going to make up for it. I do. Which is funny because some people, I know this is crazy. I was talking to Choo Choo about this the other day. I've heard some people say that Kyogre and Groudon are trash. Like they are super lazy Pokemon. They're not good. I don't know how anybody could say that. Like, yes, Groudon, what would you I don't know what you would even compare him to. Maybe Godzilla, a fire Godzilla? I don't know. But Kyogre's a giant fucking angry Shamu. Like they're both really fucking cool. But yes, I'm not gonna say who said it, but they have said that Kyogre and Groudon are not good Pokemon. So find out that information. I don't really care. I'm not gonna say who said it. So but I'm very excited. I really hope I know it's probably gonna create a whole 'nother hype and FOMO situation, but I hope we get a Kyogre and a Groudon SIR. I do. And I hope they're good. Just think they want another Evolving Skies 2.0 set. I don't think so. Nope. Remy collects not frequently, but sometimes comments on my videos. I'm sure you guys have seen them in other content creators' videos, like comments section. But they said that if Pokemon, and I believe this, that if Pokemon Evolving Skies would have been a specialty set if Pokemon, you know, was we always had these specialty sets, but if you look, our specialty sets are now these massive sets with a bunch of chases inside of them. So could we see an Evolving Skies 2.0 one day?
How does this sound? Does this sound okay?
Frog, shit.
Let me know how this sounds if you guys can hear frogs and stuff. I don't know why the audio keeps fucking up. But will we get something like Evolving Skies one day? Potentially. Could we, could it be a specialty set? Only time will tell. I don't know. Um, I don't think Pokemon wants to do another Evolving Skies, at least right now, currently, as it is. Uh, yeah, yep. A giant fish that gets his ass whooped by a creature who's for bro. You can't hate on Kyogre or Groudon. You just can't. Two top 10 cards ever right there, and we all know the ones. So good. This is for the turkey fund. I'm very excited, guys, too. We're gonna have not a new turkey, but we are going to have new baby chickens in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So be ready on the live Saturday nights. I will show you guys at least one baby chick during those lives until they go outside. So at least for the first couple months, we will have you guys will get this literally as long as you come to the lives. I will show you them from a day old chicken to all the way till they are fully feathered and they go outside. So, and then I'll start trying to do a better job at getting Adam and some videos and stuff like that. But yeah, very excited. Thank you, thank you, Roxy, for the $10. You don't have to do that, but we're close. I think we're probably like a month or two away, and then I'll get $100 from members and donations, and then we'll buy something at $100. I don't care if it's Chaos Rising, ETB, whatever the case may be, and we'll do a giveaway for it, but it'll only be for people that are like active in the lives. So I'm not going to tell anybody. It's literally going to be like, well, Thomas can't win, Blood can't win. So it'd be like Roxy, Whack, Crazy, Blab, people like that. I'm not going to do the bullshit that we've done before. But yeah, no new turkeys. My wife said no. So, but we got chickens coming. Wailord cool too. Bro, when Whack feels passionate about something, he's passionate about something. Wailord is cool. Yeah. Lechonk, I don't know if Lechonk's still here. I think most of the time they ghost watch, but not ghost watch, but they just listen, which is fine. I love Lechonk. But we need another Wailord card. We need a Wailord SIR. Just an epic Wailord artwork. Kind of like the Salamence, but water themed. They've done a fantastic job lately with water themes. The Froakie's really good. The Frogadier's really good. Greninja, in my opinion. The Goldeen, I really like the Goldeen. Am I crazy for saying that? I might be crazy for saying that. I know it looks like a pregnant goldfish, but I like it. The Psyduck, we've got the Marrow back in Scarlet and Violet. So I really feel like they could do a really nice Wailord SIR. Yeah, I'm super excited, Roxy. Nothing. If you guys have never had chickens, they're just really fun. Turkey ain't growing. Yes, sir. We are growing. And they're all going to be different colored eggs. So some are going to be green, some are going to be blue, some are going to be potentially pink. So it's going to be really cool. I'm very, very excited to add to my little chicken home. That's a really cool idea. That's real shit. Yeah. No, I'm not looking. I know Korean guy, you're new to the channel. I'm not looking to get rich off this. I'm not looking to make money off of this. My original goal was to make enough money from like memberships, and honestly, I didn't even want to do memberships. I just wanted to get to 1,000 and make money from that. But was to get a computer. I got a computer for Christmas, so any money that I make, memberships, donations, it's literally going back to people that have supported me the whole entire time, or for an extended amount of time. So Magic Hall and Wailord tag team and 30th would be sick. That would be really cool. That would be cool. Like you mean a reimagination or just 30th stamp on it? I think either way that would be cool. Um yeah, maybe we get some tag team cards, you know? Some tag teams, some legendary cards. Um that would be cool. Yeah, for sure. I think I like the journey. I do. I like the Journey Together Whale Lord as well. I just want I don't know why. I just wanted like an epic Whale Lord card for Whale Lord to get some freaking appreciation, you know? I mean, SGA on Lord. Not sure. Think he'll be in. You think he'll be in the 30th? It's an iconic card. Yeah, we'll just see. Are you uploading shorts on TikTok? I don't know. I don't upload any shorts, so no. I tried the shorts. I'll be honest. I'm lazy when it comes to the shorts. And so what I would do is I would cut parts out of my video to try to get traffic to my videos months ago, and just don't care. I'm gonna upload videos. They'll do what they do. My lives will do what they do. I'm just chilling. I'm chilling. So no TikTok, no Instagram, no Facebook, no anything. I think we get some crazy as fuck cards in the third. I hope we do, Whack. I really do. I hope the 30th's a banger. Why not? You know? Because it's not like here's the thing is it's not like the 30th is gonna be the end all be all because we have the Rayquaza set coming after it. The only way the 30th would be an end all like end all be all is if we see the Rayquaza set in Japanese before, which we will before the 30th. Well, depending on what Pokemon does on Monday, right? If we see the full set on Monday, then we'll, it doesn't matter if the Rayquaza is good or bad. But we're gonna see the Rayquaza set in Japanese. What is it? July, middle July, and so the only way is if it's a terrible set. So I don't know. I just think the rest of this year we're gonna keep booming. Um, why not just let it be a good set? I don't think it's going to be personally because Generations is not a good. Generations is better than Celebrations, but at the end of the day, it's not really that great. Celebrations is dog shit. So Pokemon doesn't have the best track record at showing that their anniversary sets are anything good. But it could be different. If it is, let it just be a banger. It's all good by me. Yeah, verse. I don't know. I don't know when the broke files are dropping. That would be that'd be a question to Haas. I have no idea. SGA is great. SGA is not fun to watch. Mid range and baiting. Yeah, what is so is tomorrow? What is it? Is it game 6 or game 7 of San Antonio? So if San Antonio wins tomorrow, do they go to the finals? Is that what's happening? Why are people hyped for the 30th? I thought everyone hated the stamps. People love stamps now, don't you know? I mean, the Bulbasaur is uh the Bulbasaur is going for what? 50, $80, $70 because it's got a Pikachu in the background. So it's got a stamp on it. I think it's got a stamp on it. No? Does it have a stamp on it? I don't know. I should know. I think it does. I don't know. People love stamps. Fuck it. They love it until they don't like it anymore. We need the broke files to drop. Yes, sir. Let's drop them. Let's drop them. Fuck it. I guess you guys know stuff about me. People know stuff about not you guys, but people know stuff about me that I don't fucking know. So let's go. Oh, you only collect Mew and Mewtwo? Cool. That's cool. I like both of them. You know. I think we definitely need a new banger Mewtwo card. And then Mew, they've shown Mew some love. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what they do with the Chrome cards. I'm interested in how they're gonna turn out. So far, I'm not really feeling them, but we have all we've seen is the Pokemon chromed with the different kinds of energies floating around. I hope that's not what we get. Um, we'll see. Japanese 25th stamps looked cool. I wonder though, let me ask this question. Do you think that people are going to want to open up or collect Japanese 30th anniversary set with the English one coming out at the same time? Or do you think that English is just, you think they're both going to go absolutely insane? How do you think that it's going to play out? Because I mean, I could see, if the English is crazy, maybe people aren't going to go to the Japanese at first or shortly after. So maybe that would be a play to be able to open up some Japanese. I don't know. SGA is selling. I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch basketball. What is your best pull from any set recently? My best pull from any set recently. It depends on how you look at it. The one I liked the most and that was worth the most was the Mega Gengar Mega Attack Rare from Ascended Heroes. Eh, that's not true. I did pull the Umbreon from Prismatic. Well, that was a year ago. So recently, yeah, recently it would have to be the Mega Attack Rare Gengar from Ascended Heroes. I think that is a better card than the SIR. I know that's a crazy take. It is what it is, whatever. I also did pull the Mega Scrafty from Ascended Heroes as well, but I don't care for the Mega Scrafty. So Mega Gengar, Mega Gengar Attack Rare would be my choice. Um, Bro, can you make more videos about other creators? They are my favorite videos you make. I appreciate that, Joey. I made a video the other day about a creator. I feel like it was pretty blunt and obvious who I was talking about. I could. I've thought about it. Um, I'd be honest, I don't anybody that I've had altercations with besides Haas, you know, we've left it alone. So, obviously me and Henry don't fuck with each other anymore because I said something in a 5.5 hours into a live, whatever. It is what it is. It's fine. As far as I know, he hasn't said anything about me, so there's nothing to say about him. Um, Other creators don't like me because they follow around other content creators as a part of their circle. So they don't, if I try to show them love in their lives, they don't like it. It is what it is. I if I wanted to, I could talk shit about anybody on YouTube about anything, whether it's a valid point, an invalid point, but I don't give a shit to do it. I don't. So I will defend myself for sure if I need to, but the only one who's dumb enough to come after me is Haas. So he said he's going to make a full short movie about me and then go Candace Owens style on me. Have a shit taking gift, bro. I think you have a shit taking gift. What do you mean by that? Sorry, guys. I'm not going to ignore you for Joey. Let me see. I've been wondering that two Japanese 30th might be a lot more cost effective. Yeah, it might be. Who knows? I feel like a lot of people are going to go towards, especially at first. I feel like, Japanese people are going to open up the Japanese. English are going to go for the English. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to keep my eye on everything. Maybe Korean might be a play for me. Maybe not for you guys, but if I can get a Korean, booster box of 30th anniversary for $60, then that might be what I do if I can't get it in English or Japanese. I would prefer to open up Japanese just because the you know I would I don't know what's in the set, but if there's like SIRs, alt arts, if there's any form of texturing in these sets, that's going to be obviously better in Japanese. Um, but I'm fine opening up Korean as well. Well, I'm just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, I think people are definitely going to flood towards the English because of value. You know, the price of the cards are going to be fucking crazy. You know, we'll see. You know, we saw this with 25th anniversary. Everybody was all gung ho about 25th anniversary. Came out a couple months later, nobody gave a shit about it. So we'll just have to wait and see what's inside the set. It oh, awesome Krieg. Yeah, it's a super good card. Like I love that card, and I think mine is a PSA 10 contender, which I don't give a shit. I just really like that card. I've liked that card before, when the set first came out, like when it got revealed, and I've been saying I think it's going to perform better than the SIR. Again, agree, disagree. It's all good either way. I just prefer that over the Dan Chow's Mega Gengar, which I love Dan Chow. I think that they are an incredible artist for what they do. But they really dropped the ball on the Gengar. Broke will be here still when we enter into bear market. All these other Pokemon, PokeTuber, Culture Vulture, Investor Bros. Hey, I told you first. I'm gone. As soon as this bear market's here, I'll drop in every now and then. But I at that point I will have accomplished my goal, and I'll just I'll just be at peace. So I appreciate it though. I think. Oh, you think I have a gift at talking? I think you have a shit talking gift, bro. I do. Like I could talk shit about anything, but it's just I don't know. I don't know. I don't really watch people anymore, to be honest, Joey. I don't. I watch Lambo because he's a smaller content creator. I want to support him. Um, you know, I want to if I'm his only like, I at least want to give him a like because I know what that meant to me and what it still means to me. Um, I do ghost watch you quite a bit now, whether it's at normal speed or 2x speed. Um, I try to see what Pokey Plumber's talking about, and then I watch every single one of LeChonk's videos. Like LeChonk, I love LeChonk's videos, especially the intro. So I really don't watch a lot of YouTube content creators anymore. I've tried, again, I feel like I've really tried to be friendly to a lot of these people, and I know I've talked shit, for sure. Like I gave my opinions about Haas on lives. I gave my I said Henry doesn't fuck with me and that he's a liar. I That's the truth. I'm sorry if people don't like it. And I'm not trying to stalk. I'm not trying to talk shit or start anything, but I'm just like I'm opinionated, and I want to be truthful about how I feel, especially if people are wanting me to like work with them or collab with them, and people just don't like it. And so unfortunately, YouTube is just filled with pockets of people that all circle jerk each other. And I'll be fully transparent. Fuck it, I don't care. I've tried to be nice to Pokegator, and Pokegator gives two flying shits about me, and I've never said anything bad about him. I'll go into his lives when there's fucking five people in there, and I'll try and I'll comment and say things to him, and he doesn't give two fucking shits that I'm in there. He literally ignores my comments. So it's okay. I understand why he does it. There's groups of people, and it's okay. It is what it is. So yeah, I think it's just people don't like me. I don't give a shit. I really truly don't. I'm not here to make friends with fucking people on YouTube that are fake as fuck. Plain and simple. I was at some point. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have friends on YouTube, and I do have friends on YouTube, but they're just not YouTube content creators. They're they're just normal people that show up to my lives and or to my videos, and that's all I can ask for. So fuck them. Not them, but everybody else who doesn't like me for no fucking reason. Sorry, long tangent. Let's get back to the comments. Pokemon Gorilla. Yeah, no, I think unfortunately a lot of these and I'm not meaning any disrespect, at least trying to. I think a lot of these smaller like TC like Pokemon TCGs, your Koreas, your Indonesias, your Thais, your simplified Chinese, your Chinese, they're all being affected both by the hype of just Pokemon everywhere and also by America because we can't get our English product. And so what do? We go to Japanese. Well, now we can't get Japanese for a multitude of reasons, whether it's the Kuzma or whatever the gang's called, or back deals and them raising up prices. So now we're paying like 100, 120, $140 a booster box. Then we go, okay, fuck that. What's the next cheapest option? All right, let's go to Korea. Korea is $60. Chinese is $30. And so it's all being affected and people everywhere. I think the biggest thing that's affecting Pokemon is that people don't want to be poor anymore. People want to get rich quick, and they see that TCGs, and especially like we're talking about Pokemon right now, it's working. You can literally go sit outside of a vending machine or restocks, and you can make more money in a couple hours than working a full job for a full day. Um, no boss, no one bitching at you, no one telling you that you're doing shit wrong, no one threatening to fire you. It makes sense. And so everybody in the world's being affected by it. TCJ Gaming, always worth watching. I don't think I've ever heard of him. TCA Gaming? I don't think I know who that is. So I will check them out though for sure. Didn't you say he was basically Harvey Dent? I did. I called him Two Face. Yeah, for sure. No, did I call him Two Faced? I don't know. I might have. I'm not sure. If Blab's still in here, he might be able to tell you. I can't recall. I know I said he was a liar. So I don't know. I might have called him Two Face. I don't know. I'm secretly your friend. Okay. All right. Because we've literally we've had no conversations ever. But maybe one day, Joey. Maybe one day we can put our I don't know, our differences aside. Maybe. I want to do lives of Brooks for sure. You just keep it real. They soft. I'm not saying they're soft. Well, I did. I said that in a video, so I can't say that. No, I mean it's fine. It is what it is. I don't like people not liking me or giving me an opportunity just because they're friends with some other people or they're cool with other people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I mean that's just I think that's how YouTube is just because people they're always trying to move up, if that makes sense. They're wanting their channels to grow, so they leech on to other people to try to grow their channels. And I have nothing to offer. I don't. I have zero to offer anybody. Um, there's nothing I can give anybody on YouTube that is going to help propel their channels in any way, shape, or form. I mean, for God's sakes, if we look at this from a legit standpoint, Pack Hype does better on his lives, his solo lives, than he does with me and him doing a live together. Like, is that a coincidence? I don't know. Am I just being paranoid? I don't know. But the fact that the statistics don't lie. So I'm probably gonna have to fight someone in a parking lot to get my hands on the 30th anniversary. Let's be honest, especially out here in New York. But yeah, bro, you better bring because isn't New York City like letting murderers and people like out on? Because didn't Plumber's dad get stabbed in New York City? And the guy, he said the guy was getting like bailed out of jail or had no bail or something like that. So I mean, you better bring something besides your fist for the 30th anniversary. You might want to grab a tent too, because it's gonna be cold outside. Let's see. I'm not your friend, bro. Don't call me your friend. Also, audio. My audio is fucked again. I've called you my friend multiple times, Whack, even when you told me to go fuck myself. What the fuck is the Pablo? I don't know. You mean where is Pablo? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say, Roxy. Yes, yes. New York is a cesspool. Yeah. Uh, I'm not gonna say what I want to say. Yeah, because I don't want to get canceled for like in for saying anything crazy. It's not really crazy, but yeah, there's a couple states in America that just are really really bad for no reason. Yep. But you know what? It is the politicians that run those states that have made it what it is. Pigs flew and TRJ and Pokemon finally hashed out, but honestly, their beef seems like kayfabe now. Looking back, um, yeah, I don't know. You would have to ask Joey about that. I think a lot of Poke beef or beef in general on YouTube, especially, around the Pokemon, I feel like a lot of it is kind of premeditated, planned out. Especially if you notice a lot of time when drama kicks off and people start going after each other is when there's really nothing else to talk about. There's no news. There's no, the sets. We're waiting for a new set to come out. Cards are just keep climbing. They're not going. There's no changes in the market. That's when people start shooting shots. So, um, me, I just shoot shots whenever the fuck I feel like it. There's no rhyme or reason. I just it just depends on how mad I get. Is there? Yeah, he hasn't showed up. Roxy Pablo was in here earlier. I think maybe he wasn't. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, he was. I don't know if me and Pablo are cool or not. I have no idea. He made a short about with me in my voice in the short, where I in one of my lives I said that Pablo has the beginner luck. The new people that come into the hobby, they open up packs and they just pull everything. And then I even backtracked and said, even though I'm not saying that Pablo's new to the hobby, and he used that in a short where he pulled, I think it was the Glaceon and something else, but he said, "Thanks, Broke, for the free short content." So I don't know if me and him are cool or not. I don't know. I know he didn't include the part where I backtracked and said that I'm not saying he's new to the hobby. So I don't know. I don't know where we stand, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I can promise you that. No one talks more shit about New York than me. It's full of yeah, for sure. Korean, 100%. Yes, sir. Well, yeah, yeah. I don't know if you can conceal carry in your state. Probably not. But if you can, I would definitely be concealed carrying. It's gonna. I really, and I hate to say this, we've already had people shot at vending machines. I feel like I feel like something bad is going to happen with the 30th anniversary. As long as hype and demand continues to stay the way that it currently, not currently, because it does seem like it's slowing down a little bit, but if it stays like how we've had it previously, not too long ago, I feel like we're going to see Pokemon on the news, but not for a good reason, if that makes sense. Yeah. Thanks, Lambo. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for coming by. The Phantasmal Meowth and 10 is now like 350. Well, that's retarded. I mean, I know people like that card, but I don't know. I don't think it's that good of an illustration rare, in my opinion. I don't like it. So whatever. I mean, 350 is not awful, for a PSA 10 in the market today. So you carry an unlicensed piece in New York, you're cooked. Yeah, I figured, but I don't know. Sorry, was AFK for a minute. No, you're good, Blab. Don't worry about it. The 30th will be crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Even if the 30th is not good, it's going to be crazy for a minute for sure. And it's be hard to get. Oh, very hard to get concealed carry. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is the Democratic states, and no offense to any Democrats, if there's any in here. I know some people. I don't know where you. I have no idea. I'm not trying. I'm not starting politic bullshit. But if you look statistically, Democratic states tend to be shitholes. So yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Especially depending on how radical your representative is. That's awesome. That's awesome, Korean guy. I really want that Phantasmal Flames Charizard SIR. I do think that the SAR is actually going to do better though than the SIR. Only for the simple fact, again, I've talked about this many times, but the Charmander's face isn't covered, where in English it is. But still, extremely cool card. I think it's the best Charizard we've ever gotten. It can be debatable, you know. Some people like the Shining Charizard better, but yeah. Just fly to Wyoming. They have like a population of 20. That's where I'm moving. 100%. I'm moving to Wyoming and I'm going to get some bison. That's been a dream of mine. I want to have bison. 12 Walmarts for 20 people. Doubt they can clear them all at once. Absolutely, bro. 100%. I've noticed that too. Blue states are a bit wild. Yeah, maybe not all of them, but definitely a lot of them. Red states also can't do multiplication. uh, sure, why not? Bunch of redneck motherfuckers compared to a bunch of fucking people golfing with fucking dildos up their asses. They're so tightly wounded. Which one do you prefer? I don't know. I don't care. That was a good one though, Blab, for sure. The winner is just so shit. I've never been to Wyoming, so I have no idea. Let's see. Ah, I don't blame you. Where I live in bumfuck Kentucky, where we fuck our cousins. That was a bad. I should have said that. That's I'm gonna get canceled for that. Um, in Kentucky, you can buy a gun from anybody. They don't need to be licensed, unlicensed. You don't have to register it. Nothing. Broke beat. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I've always liked bison, so that's a dream is to just live in the middle of nowhere, don't have to worry about anything. And I'm a big animal lover. Like I love my animals. I can never get enough of them. So for sure, if I could, I'd have a farm. Kentucky. That's right. That's right. Blood or Brandon. By the way, Brandon, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. City boys with their fancy calculators. Yes, sir. Flipping ATV on some massive sand dunes. Be safe out there. Huh. Interesting. Can you guys buy guns? Oh yeah, we can buy guns. We can go in front of a police station and buy a gun. They don't give. They're yeah. There's you can there you don't have to register or anything. You could take a gun. You could sell it and don't have to worry about it. It's super lenient in Kentucky. Yes, sir. Yes, I love my animals. So I wanted to get another turkey with our chickens that we ordered, but my wife said only one turkey. So, which they're pretty big animals, so it makes sense. Crazy how that works. Yes, yes, no. Statistically, there are more shootings, but also you have to take into consideration that your population is probably 10 times like to my population where I live. So it's completely different, you know. Um yeah. Oh, you woke up 10 minutes ago. Damn, Brandon. That's crazy. Yeah, Thomas, thanks for coming by, buddy. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow night. Hopefully you have a good night's sleep. You slept for 3 hours. Damn. So is it work or is it your medicine? Yeah. Like I live in a small town. Most of you guys know where I live, honestly. I've doxed myself how many times? People have my address, people have my phone number. I mean, I'm not a hard person to find. So, my town's very small in Kentucky. Are those one of them fancy cigars? Yes. Well, depends. What do you classify as fancy? It's a combo of both, to be honest. Well, hopefully, Brandon, you get to feeling better. Whatever's going on with you, hopefully that all works itself out. You know, you can always reach out to me if you ever need to talk or need anything. And hopefully, work at some point gets better for you and doesn't try to kill you. My boss, he tries to kill me all the time too. So, no, it's not over $100. So this cigar, it's called the Goat by AJ Fernandez. It's roughly about 20 to $25 a a stick. So your $100, honestly, like the $100 cigars are hard to find. They're typically like your Cubans or super low cut, like very like anniversaries, even your anniversary sticks like your Opus X's, or like Perdomo. They're doing I think they're actually doing like a 30th anniversary. Maybe they're doing a 35 anniversary. I can't remember, but like Opus X is a very well known. It's from Arto Fuentes family. They're normally can run you anywhere from $35 to $50 depending on the stick. So I've never seen $100 stick. I know that they're out there, but yeah. Car air, even though it's not a cigar. What's a cigar air? The goat Tom Brady, yes sir. But yeah, there are $100 sticks, but I don't think it's worth it to be honest with you. I've smoked quite a bit of cigars. I, a $25 stick is plenty, plenty, plenty. Well, Brandon, hopefully they're paying you good. I smoked $30 cigars and $100 cigars. They taste the same. Yeah, exactly. They're no difference. You're just paying. You probably, let's see, what is, was your $100 stick like a Davidoff? It's probably like a Davidoff cigar. They're just overhyped. That's it. Don't let someone see that. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I will say that cigars do have a difference depending on what the wrapper, who makes them. But I don't know. Like for me, the goat, which this is AJ Fernandez. It's not as, I don't know if you ever smoked AJ, but it's not as rough as some of other AJ's cigars that he's normally known for. But the Decenio is another newer cigar by AJ. That one's pretty rough. It's it's a little bit of a kicker. Um, but like My Father Blue is another good one. Got to do stream and just dome like 5 B&Ms. Blab, we need to have a classroom. You need to call me one day and just explain all of these. Oh, Black and Milds, you mean? Gotta do a stream and just dome like 5 Black and Milds. I got 5 Black and Milds inside. We can dome them. The person on screen is a YouTube content creator and live streamer who goes by the name. His channel primarily focuses on the Pokemon trading card game community discussing card collecting, investing, market, PSA. Yeah, the judge is another good one too. Yeah. I will smoke black and milds. I just have them because sometimes, like, um, sometimes I just want to have a smoke, and not like, I don't smoke cigarettes or anything like that. But I'll just, I need like 5 minutes, and I'll be doing something in the yard, and I'll have a black and mild instead of, an hour and a half. I mean, you sound like you're a cigar, enthusiast. At least you were at some point. Sometimes you don't have hour, hour and a half, 2 hours to smoke a cigar. So it's just a cheaper option. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't smoke them very often though. Yeah, I've never actually smoked a cigarette in my life. So I started dipping when I was fif 15. I started dipping when I was 15, kept dipping until I was, let's see, my daughter's 5, 31, so about 26. So I dipped for about 10 years, and then I switched to nicotine pouches. They were vile. I enjoy the wine one. I do. It's got a little sweetness to it. I enjoy it. It's not bad. Think like red wine or something. Yeah, I actually enjoy those. I've never tried any of the other one, but it's just nice. Like I said, I don't smoke them very often. But yeah, Brandon, one day I'm gonna come down because I gotta go to Florida to go visit pretty much my mom who raised me essentially, but it's not my mom. And on the way through, one time we're gonna meet up and we're gonna smoke a cigar together. Yeah, we're gonna do it. You need to smoke one with me and rip a pack. Let's do it. We'll just do it. I mean, I gotta have some packs first. I mean, I got some loose Destin Rivals packs, but that's really kind of for my kids when they want to open stuff. Other than that, everything else is sealed, unfortunately. But for sure, you know what we need to do? We need to do our own round table. We just need to find like a central location and just meet up and just do a live, just hanging out, opening up shit, smoking, whatever. I'm not gonna be smoking, that 420 Kush Kush, but just I think that'd be fun. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. You quit cigarettes for a while now, though. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, those my well, see, I never smoked cigarettes because my grandma, she was a smoker, like heavy smoker. She would smoke 2 to 3 packs a day, and I always hated the smell of cigarettes, so I never was a smoker. Then my wife, she was like, "Hey, how do you?" Because I stopped drinking like 3 years ago, and she was like, "How do you feel? Maybe like smoking a cigar?" Because she watches Daily Wire with Michael Knowles and stuff like that, and he's a big cigar smoker. And I was like, yeah, man. I mean, sure, why not? And then she never ordered them. I went and picked some up, and I enjoy it. I'm not drinking. I'm hanging out with you guys. We're having a good live. At least I hope you guys are enjoying it. Um, I get to smoke a cigar. It's a lot better than drinking. I can promise you that. The AI knows what where I live. I highly doubt that. It might. I don't know. Blood is secretly Rudy. No, he's not. Nope. I know where Brandon lives. He's not secretly Rudy. That would be funny though. He's got a good collection. Brandon's been in the game for a long time, so if yeah, he's got a. Let's just say I'll leave it at this. Hopefully, this isn't too much information, Brandon. But if he wanted to, he could record a video and he would have, well, he probably wouldn't have 1,000 subscribers with his viewpoints because people don't want to hear what he has to say. But off his backdrop alone, he'd probably have like 500 subscribers and a couple videos. So I'll just leave it with that. Hopefully that's not too much. We chilling, absolutely. My Californian brotherhood, the blood. Yeah. Again, hopefully that wasn't too much information, but for sure. But I'm glad that I'm glad you guys came by. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the live. We're just gonna chill for a little bit longer. Google Gemini's cookie, man. It's crazy. Are you sending me screenshots of this, Whack? Because I won't believe you unless you show me it. But yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see. I'm very. What do you think, Blab? What do you think about the SPC going up to 300? I mean, Blab, here's the thing though, right? Like, I'll say this. People who don't like me, who I'm currently beefing with, know my address, right? There are people that have my phone number. So like even if I didn't dox myself, like I I'm not that worried about it. It's there's people with my phone number that have found my personal Facebook, which is the only Facebook that I have. You know what I'm saying? So no. Mitch Mitch is not me and Mitch have not had a single conversation, and we never will have a single conversation. Tangent question. Anyone know what happens to the CAT scan machine craze where people were scanning boxes for hits? It was just one of those hype things. People freaked out for 20 seconds and forgot all about it. I mean, I mean, Sword and Shield, you can metal detect the packs to be able to see if you get a hit, but you don't know if you're getting a hollow, reverse hollow, full art or alt art. You don't know. So it's just one of those things on YouTube people will make. Like full transparency, like I'm probably gonna make a video this weekend about a Poke Beach article about things in the Poke Beach article that I think are sad that show how this hobby and this market is right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's just a vortex of bullshit, and everybody makes a big deal about it. And then in 2 weeks, a new set comes out, it gets revealed, and that's all people talk about, and then they forget about it. You know, it is what it is. Gaff, SPC suck. No, bro, you can't say the SPC suck. Why do you think the SPC suck? Because it's prismatic? Is that why? I mean, you could try whack. You might be able to. I don't know. Fuck. Don't want to be guilty by association. Yes, sir. Yeah. It's too expensive. And I mean, who cares? You do it for science? Yeah, do it for science. For sure. I don't even know how much it costs. I'm sure it's not cheap though. What was it? I think what were they charging? Like was it 30,000 for a scan? Yeah, exactly. People do it for the base sets. Like they're doing it for boxes that are, you know, You could pull a very expensive card inside of it or something, just somewhere for them to be able to make money. They were probably a little worried about radiation being left on the box packs. Nah, no, it's just how it works. It's just like when CGC had all those cards that were fake cards that they said were real cards. They were the real first edition of Pokemon. Pokemon Monsters or Pocket Monsters, whatever. Um, Everybody was up in arms. Suing CGC. They had to pay out millions and millions of dollars. I think it was like $100 million, something like that. People still use CGC. People still never talk about it. People don't even think about it. So it's just the way it works. The internet. It's not even YouTube. It's just internet. You're mad about something. You go to sleep. You wake up and then you forget about it. Something else new and shiny comes up. Even if a mill, like, can't you scan an infinite amount? I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was. I thought well, maybe 30 million was or 30,000 was a stretch. It might have been like 5,000 or something. But yeah, I know it was pretty pricey. But again, if you're scanning a base set booster box, first edition, and you can get a first edition Charizard and get it in a PSA 10, you're looking at what, $1 million? The Blastoise. You're looking at, I don't know, a couple 100,000 for a first edition hollow base set. You know, Blastoise. So it's not realistic. Like, you're not going to take an Evolving Skies and pay $5,000 or whatever the case may be, a couple thousand, have it scanned, and to see that you didn't get an Umbreon. The first shot, I'm a scanning shit for hits. Hey, you know what it is though? They probably had the machine. They were using like they worked somewhere or they had it. I don't know. And they're like, hey, I got this Pokemon box. Let me scan this and see if I can find the hits. They scanned it, found the hits, and then they told everybody about it. So yeah. And then after that, people are using little metal detectors you can buy off Amazon and scanning, showing that you could do sword and shield packs for hits. Scarlet and Violet doesn't do anything, so it makes no sense. It's one of those things. We'll see it. You'll see it all the time. Yeah, CGC's a joke, bro. Yeah, CGC's a joke. That's why I think CGC slabs are ugly. I know that Inept, which he's not here, he's in the middle of the woods somewhere. He will not see this, but I think CGC is an ass company, especially when it comes to grading cards. And that's why you see them on Whatnot for mystery slab bags, and they're worth $3. No, I know, Brandon. I know that's what you're referring to. Just waiting for tag to become the new standard. PSA is just morally corrupt. Their CEO is the Epstein files. For God's sakes, I didn't know that. Are they really in the Epstein files? I'll be honest, Korean guy. I do not think PSA for a very long time is going to be dethroned. Unfortunately, I love tech. I love the thought behind it. I love the transparency. You have the AI grading. They give you a full, complete breakdown of why your card graded the way it did, what they're seeing in their systems. PSA, you just send it off and you just have to take the word that they know what they're doing, which they don't. At least some of them have no idea what they're doing. Um, but Tag has just fumbled the ball. And PSA, there's too many people that are invested into PSA. There's millions and millions of dollars of slabs of high valued cards. Like, for example, right? The PSA 10 um, Illustrator Pikachu that Logan Paul sold. We all know it was a scam. We know that card's not a PSA 10. We know that 12 million or whatever it was. I think it was like 12 million. $12 million was fucking stupid and retarded. Um, but if you think that they are going to let PSA be dethroned by another company with that sale and all, and that's not even just Pokemon. We're talking about sports cards, the Jordans, the Mickey Mantles, Babe Ruth, all of these super expensive cards that are all PSA 9s, 10s, whatever the case they are. They're the best of the best, the creme of the creme. There's too much money. There's too many powerful people to let PSA ever get dethroned as the standard. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. Maybe eventually it'll change, but yeah, I don't think Tag's gonna. Tag could be second place, but they will never be the standard. Unfortunately, I wish they would be. I think that their slabs are better. I think their slabs look better, and they're fully transparent. It's not true, but at least with their grading, they are transparent to a degree. Yeah, where are those Epstein files, by the way? Like, we were promised the Epstein files. Now we're fighting Iran, and nothing's going on with Iran. No, it's all it's all sleight of hand, guys. It's all sleight of hand. Yeah, bro. The money is just too strong. Unfortunately, I would love nothing more than for PSA to take a massive shit. They've shown time and time again they think they can do whatever they want, and they can. They can do whatever they want, and nobody's going to do anything about it. Yeah, PSA is poop. Absolutely. Like an eighth is out. What do you mean, whack? What are you talking about? PSA? Or the names on the Epstein list? Is that what you're talking about? Epstein? That's a good point, though, Korean guy. Like, after a certain date, PSA is not as valuable, but then the old certs still hold a value to them. That could be something. I still think it's extremely unlikely, but that could be something for sure. Yeah, most of it's redacted. They're not gonna let you know shit. Not really the case for vintage. If you buy the card not graded, I guarantee old certs most likely do not have restoration work on it. Orion Sires touches on this a lot. Yeah, I always buy a card, not the grade. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But don't get me wrong. Again, I love tag. I have tag slabs. I might break them out tomorrow because I do have a tag 10 Salamence from Journey Together. Beautiful, beautiful card. Severely underrated. Um, think we'll do very very well eventually, and it's not because I have it, but I've got a couple. That's the only 10 that I've got. Tag is very very hard. I sent at the one time I graded with them, I sent 20 cards and only two of them. I did the pre-grading. I did AI to help me out. I took pictures and I used apps to, check them out and measure them. And based off of what I had at least 8 cards that should have 10. When I sent them off, I only had 2 cards. No, 3 cards. 3 cards that 10. The rest of them, even if they were off by, so if it was like 55-45, it would have been 54-46, and they failed. That was the only reason why. So they're very strict over at Tag. But it's probably been about a year, almost a year since I've graded with them. So I don't know if it's changed. I've got a card I actually want to send a Tag to see what it would do. It's the promo, the Black Star promo, Umbreon and Darkrai tag team, the like alt art version that I want to send. It's currently in a PSA 9. I think that it's a PSA 10. Everything all the measuring I've done, the back is super clean. It's like 50-50 on the back from top to bottom, side to side. There's no whitening on it, no damage on it. But PSA will not give it a 10. And it's shot up in value quite a bit. At the time it was like $1,000. I think now it's $3,000 for that card. But Jono Jake said that with the tag team cards, PSA a lot of time doesn't know how to grade them correctly. Um, they go off the bottom of they go off the black line, and you're supposed to go, I think, off the silver. And PSA just doesn't know how to grade them a lot of times, so they grade them wrong. But I'm not sending anything off with FedEx, USPS, UPS stealing stuff disappearing. Everything's back ordered. I'm not doing it. Yep, that's true, Brandon. Within a 10 slap. Yep, that's true. Because you'll look at tens that aren't tens, and you'll look at an eight that is a 10. So super inconsistent. I do feel like that may separate tag eventually, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to liquidity. What is the highest value and how quickly can you get rid of it? Um, and unless you follow tag groups and the people wants those specific cards, it's just not as liquid right now, unfortunately. Which characters company that will give you a 10 if you're famous? Yep. Nope. I agree. I agree, Korean. I am not defending PSA in any way, shape, or form. I hate PSA. I'm just being completely transparent and honest. So yeah, no. Yep. If you're rich, you can get away with anything. We already know this. I'm gaslighting the fuck out of AI. Yes, sir. Yeah. Grading the past 16 months has been a crapshoot. Yep. Nope. It's been it's it's only gotten worse. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this PSA situation, how it affects the market, how it affects graded cards. I do feel like though, for sure, eventually when they catch up, we're gonna see a flood onto the market of graded cards. So that's why I say be careful. Make sure you're sending in actually good cards to send in. So yeah, for sure, Brandon. That definitely happens. PSA is controlling the numbers. But I don't want to set my card away to study abroad for 2 years. Yeah. Nope, just be patient. Yep. I'd be patient. Even, like when I was doing the video, the live with Pack Hype, I looked at AGS because AGS is literally sort of like PSA, except for slightly different with the label. But other than that, it's the same thing. Um, and except for the value's not there. But even AGS right now is slightly expensive too. So Roxy Boxy, thank you for coming by. Appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. Love you as well. Hopefully you get a good night's sleep. Have a good day at work tomorrow if you're working. And thanks for coming by to both of the lives and hanging out with us. So gotta be like a million. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. Because you have what until June 2nd. So Tuesday to get your orders in. Um, so everybody and their mother is scrambling. LeChonk said it best, left a comment that the raw collectors are chilling, and all these other people that are graders, they have lost sleep over this PSA shutting down at only $80 and above to be able to submit your cards. So they are sending in all the bullshit they can send in right now for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes from 10 million back ordered or backlogged to 15, 20 million before they close down. No, Brandon. Rudy's is PCG, Premier Card Grading. AGS is based out of New York. Um, they're another AI company, so they use a computer system laser to scan your card with using AI to get um, a grade on it. BrokePokeman is not like Pokemon. That is confirmed. Crazy. Well, yeah, and then there was another guy. I can't remember what his name was, but he made a couple of videos. He's a vendor and he's a YouTube content creator. And he had a Pikachu. I think it was from Generations, if I'm remembering correctly. But he had it in the PSA vault, and he went to go sell it, and then a bunch of stuff went haywire. The card climbed up like $600, $700 in value, and then it sold like 6 months later or something like that. And he had to go back and forth. They were trying to pay him like $600, and then he was like, "No, it's actually going for 1,200. I don't want this anymore." Lechonk was actually featured on the guy's thumbnail, and then he was like making all these videos about PSA and how he was talking to a lawyer, and then he still went on and said that he was going to use PSA afterwards. It's just they have such a stranglehold, and it doesn't matter what they do. Again, people will use them, and he said he was going to use them again because they're liquid. They're the most liquid slabs out there. I can tell you what, if I got burned by PSA, I would never use PSA ever again. Doesn't matter if my business depends on it. I'm a vendor. I don't care. I would never submit any cards to PSA if they screwed me over, especially that lenticular situation. They totally, based off of what I feel and think, they took that Deoxys lenticular and they switched it around and sold it on their eBay site. How often are you going to have two Deoxys lenticular cards in the same facility at the same time? Doesn't make any sense. But how do you prove it? You know, it's not like your card's got a number to it. The AI seems to think you like, yes, sir. AI knows. Yeah, Brandon, I know it was super rough. Hey, the whack he actually he hit two of the 3 packs from Walmart of the Great Tusk. They said it was shipped. They said that it was in transit, and then they canceled it and returned his money to him. So could always be worse. And then bought them from him at the price of the nines. No, that was somebody different. That was a different person that I was talking about. Oh, really? I didn't know that. See, I've heard if Pokemon screws up, they will normally, and I don't know how true this is. I've never had this happen, but they'll normally refund you the money. So like if you order like two ETBs in a booster box, right? Um, if you get whatever, hypothetically, you get two ETBs, but you don't get a booster box, you reach out to them, you show that you didn't get the booster box, they'll refund you. But maybe that's just not true. I don't know. I'm gonna buy some Holiday and Fates now. Yes, sir. I was just bringing up another. Oh, gotcha, Brandon. Yes, all right. Yeah, gotcha. W plays always at any price. I don't know about any price. I mean, Paldean Fates is definitely getting up there in price for sure. I mean, Roxy Boxy, I know that they said they were going to send me a beat up Paldean Fates ETB, but those ETBs are going for what, 400 now for Paldean Fates. But Paldean Fates is a very good set. It's got a very probably um top five chases, for the Bubble Mew and as well as the Charizard. When did Roxy ask for my address? A while ago. I know they said, yeah, send me your address, or yeah, I'll send them to you still. And I said, yeah, just hit me up in Discord. I'll give you the information. I'm not talking any shit about Roxy. I'm just saying I wouldn't send the ETB either. But ever since around, that's crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've got to get the shipping figured out because But here's what's funny though, right? Is the people I get think about it this way, right? What if you got two ETBs and two booster boxes? Would you reach out to Pokemon and say, "Hey, you guys sent me an extra booster box?" But then but then I don't know, like you wouldn't do that, right? But then all of a sudden, if you get gypped, like you're gonna throw like a fit. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a double standard. I understand, but also at the same time, Pokemon doesn't give a shit. I'll be fully transparent. You think Pokemon cares if they ban 5 people? No, they don't. You'll still buy their product at the end of the day. If you can find it at Walmart's, Targets, Costco, Sam's, you're still gonna buy it. So that was probably a bad analogy on my part, but it's always like a double standard. Essentially, is what I was trying to get at. You get an extra booster box, or you get an extra booster box and two ETBs. So like you get four ETBs and two booster boxes. You ain't gonna say shit. Um, but then if you get cut like a booster box or an ETB, and you get like an extra bundle, something that doesn't equal to the same value, that's when people start bitching and crying and whining and wanting something done. You know, so it's a little hypocritical. It's just the way the world works. Up to 589 subs now, only 11 away from the dream stream. Yes, sir. We'll probably lose a couple more people along the way. Maybe eventually we'll get to 600. Who knows? I did see Blabbers. Blabbers. I don't know if he's here or not, but he's at 508. He's about to catch up to me. So, night, Chew. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for coming by. I did not see that. I know that people have been getting like extra booster boxes, extra ETBs. Some people, like I've seen the people that get, two booster bundle, or they order two booster bundles, they get two ETBs, or they get they order two ETBs, they get two booster bundles or four booster bundles. Like I know that the mistakes are happening, but I've not seen empty boxes. That is insane. There is no reason for an empty box. Pokemon's got some brain dead people working for them if they have people shipping out empty boxes. Um, Maybe they're stealing it though. Who knows? Maybe that's what's going on. They're acting like they're putting in the box. They're taking it out of the box and shipping the box, and then they're going home with it. I don't know. I'm sure Pokemon is hiring a ton of people right now. Yeah, I know that. I know the shipping has been a problem. I'm not saying it hasn't been. Um, I'm just saying, it's always a double standard. You get extra, you're happy. You don't say shit. You don't say, "Hey, Pokemon, I'm trying to return this to you." No, you go, "Haha, fucking suckers. I got me a $250 booster box extra." Um, then you don't get what you want, you bitch. So, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, Pokemon, I guess they got a bunch of shit going on right now. They're printing at max capacity. They're doing the best they can. But yeah, I feel like I've heard that they've hired people to watch the trucks get loaded to make sure people aren't stealing. I'm sure they're bringing in a ton of people to try to meet up with demand, or try. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest with you. Um, I'm sure it's a shit show in general. I need more. Need me some. You don't have any Paldean Fates? Paldean Fates is good. It's I'm trying to even think what you can get your hands on. The booster bundles, they're probably, I think they're up there. They're probably about 140 to 160 right now. I haven't looked. ETBs are apparently 600. PC ETBs, are PC ETBs still 600 whack, or are those finally actually climbed some? The Great Tusk are about 200. A pop. There's there's really not much you could get into, unfortunately. Um, I would just say if you don't have any, just take it on the chin. There'll be another, they love their Fates sets. I'll say that. Oh yeah, I was the same way. I opened up so much Paldean Fates, and then I went and picked up an ETB at $35 at Walmart. They had a whole row full of ETBs at 35 bucks. I was like, yeah, I'll come back next week, pick some up after I get paid. Came back the next week, they were all freaking gone. So yeah, um, all I have for Paldean Fates is a Paldean Fates Great Tusk box, and that is what it is, and I am very content. At least I have something of Paldean Fates. I wish I had some booster bundles. I think the booster bundles are beautiful. I think the display is beautiful, but it's okay. There will always, I can promise you this, there will always be another great set that comes around the corner. Like I think Paldean Fates is an amazing set, but eventually there will be another set that is equivalent, maybe even better than Paldean Fates. Just don't make the same mistake, Open it up, enjoy it if you can, as long as the market's not crazy, but make sure you're putting some back. Pokemon Center is still 660. That's weird. Normal ones are down to 510 now. Okay, interesting. Yeah. I know Pack Hype said that hit every 90, what did he say, 90% of his inventory was down right now. I got like 5 of them all open in the corner of my room. Fuck my Yep. You know what I regret doing? I had a Phantasmal Flames, not Phantasmal, Paldean Fates Charizard tag 10. I sold it for $500 last year. Was it last year? It was last year. I sold it for 500 bucks. And shortly after, it went to 750. And I probably will never have that Charizard ever again. So you live, you learn, you do what you gotta do. But I will be getting that Charizard from Phantasmal Flames. I can promise you that. Sumbreon and Phantasmal Flames Charizard. Yeah, it's summer lull. People are taking profits. People are going on vacation. Maybe people are selling, moving off into getting ready for the 30th anniversary. Rayquaza. You guys know this isn't the big one. This isn't the crash. Dang, 151's down to 185. Weren't they just at like 220? They were just at 220 like 2 weeks ago? A week ago? 151's a scam. I'm telling you guys. 151 is a fucking scam. Rug pull for sure. Yes, sir. 151 and Prismatic Evolutions. I mean, I'll be honest. I think Prismatic Evolutions is better than 151. At least it's got a $5,000. Well, is it $5,000? Yeah, because I know that the evolutions are starting to go back up. It's probably got about a $5,000 God pack to it. You've got a $500 ass Charizard, the one just a terrible Charizard in general. I mean, I think it's probably one of the worst artwork Charizards of all time. The background's the only saving grace to it. Yeah, I'll tell you this. Uh, I remember when the Bubble Mew was $40. Yeah, I did not pick it up. at $40 for a raw copy. One of the worst Zards of all time. Yes, freaking sir. And it's funny because all these investing channels, they told you how amazing 151 was. They got it to a price point, they sold out, and now nobody talks about 151 anymore. It's not because it went out of rotation. That's not why people don't talk about it anymore. It's because they got out of their position. They reached a price point that they could know that that made tons and tons of profit, and now people are left holding the bag. There's some good artwork in 151. Don't get me wrong. The Blastoise is good. The Squirtle's good. The Wartortle's good. I think the Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard line is the worst. Um, Ivy, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, they're good. They're definitely good. Alakazam's a good card. The you know, there's some good artwork in there, but it's not as great as what people were saying it was. So 151 UPC are bonkers in price right now. Yeah, they're freaking stupid. Yes, sir. I agree, Brandon. 151 severely overpriced. Ascended Heroes ETBs under 180. What is happening? I thought it was going to $200. I got that wrong too. I did say I said it's probably going to $200 here soon. It's really weird, right? It's really weird. Everybody loved Ascended Heroes. It was the most open set in the history of Pokemon. It accomplished what it took a year for Prismatic to do in a fraction of the time. It's going down in price. Interesting. Imagine when Pokemon actually reprints it and gives it the prismatic treatment. Crown Zenith 2.0. I agree, Brandon. I agree. Probably pay for a fat down payment on a house if he didn't. Yeah, that's crazy. Yep. It's easy gets through. Yes, sir. Zam is top notch. Yep. Did I say that? Did I mention the Alakazam? I think I did. I love that Alakazam. Great card. Fantastic card. My daughter really likes Alakazam now too. So I told her I'll get that card, but I think right now it's overpriced. I know $75 isn't anything to squawk at. Um, it's not like you're gonna lose your ass off of it, but I just I'll wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. About to roll up. You better stay on for another good 30. Nah, bro, I'm almost done. My wife works in a couple hours, so I gotta go to bed. But I'll be back in less than 24 hours. Let's see. All of a sudden, Prizzy Pokemon Center ETBs past Ascended Heroes again. Crazy. Really? That's weird. Do you know Wentz TCG? Yeah, I'm familiar with the Rip and Shipper Wentz TCG. Crazy, crazy, crazy numbers. Bend those spoons. Yeah, I really like that card. Really, really like it. Shake my head. Hard wifey fair. Yeah, bro. She's been mad at me lately because of I got three kids under the age of 5, and life's just hard right now. I work a lot, and then I try to give you guys content with videos and lives and everything, and she's feeling a certain way without getting into too much information. So it's a fine line that I'm trying to do, and you know I I really enjoy my time with you guys. I don't want to I don't want to have to do anything less than what I'm doing, um, because I enjoy it. But at the same time, I got to try to make my wife happy. So but we did good. We're at 154 minutes, so that's roughly, what is that, 2.5 hours? Pretty good for first live back, especially considering I did 2 hours with pack height. So Mega Evolutions, Lucario, Pokemon Center is it three? Oh dang, it's at 315 bucks. What's the Gardevoir at? Probably what, 275, 3? Yep. Me and Choo Choo talked about that, Brandon. Yes, sir. Yep. Me and Choo Choo actually talked about that the other day. I don't know how people like this. Yeah, there's a lot of backdooring. Korean guy, I can't speak on him too much, but like distro backdoors, LGS's backdoor. There's a lot of backdooring. Also, you know, Wince can probably offer full market, if not more than market, and still make money from rip and ships. And it's not just him; it's any high viewership rip and ship. They just have that kind of money that they can, you know, they do your pot. You jerk them off, they jerk you off. Best way I can say it. Trading back up to 220. I'm not surprised. I figured people were going to use this opportunity to buy into Destiny Rivals. He has distro. Guardy PK. Oh dang, Pokemon Center TV is only 220. That's crazy. Bro, time is important, but family always comes first. No, I mean, dude, yeah, no, like I do my I just I'm trying to juggle an impossible. Not juggle. I'm trying to stand on an impossible line. There's just unfortunately with my job, um trying to be there for you guys, trying to be there for my kids, and my wife too. It's just unfortunately everybody only gets a fraction of me, and it's not so much to do with you guys. She's just putting the blame on not on you guys but on the YouTube and stuff like that, just because of how crazy my work is. A lot of the time I don't get home till I'm gone at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't get home till 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then I hang out with the kids. I help get the kids to bed, um, and then I got to eat and take a shower and go to sleep. And or then I'm like, oh, I got to make a video. I got to do this live for an hour, hour and a half. It's unfortunately I can't make anybody fully happy. Um, so. Nothing's gonna change. It's just, um, yeah, I don't even know why I told you guys that. So, head profile, yes, sir. Runs open smart pack in one stream that I would in my entire life. Yep, for sure. It's crazy the numbers that these rip and ships do. Not sure DR stop popping up at Walmart's. Don't try to juggle. Pick family over us. No, sir. No, it's all good. Your pull is sorry direction. Yes, sir. Despite life walk by flare dipping, Pokemon Center didn't change. They're almost 300 now for sure. No, I'm good. No, I'm not complaining. I'm just it's just hard. It's just really, really hard. You feel like you fail no matter what, besides at my job. I don't fail at my job because it's my job, But other than that, it's just like even so like say like I do like a car video, right? If I record a car video, I still have to edit a video, cut the video, screw around with thumbnails, like whack, like or not whack, blab. It just takes time, or maybe it takes time for you. I'm not sure if it does or not, but it's just yeah, I do 3 lives a week. You know, it is what it is. So, um, and this week I feel like I've gone a little bit heavier in the content, but there's just been so much to talk about, and I've really been trying to beat out everybody content wise as far as like getting information out first. Like I talked about the 30th, and you know the PSA was shutting down, and that we were going to get a well, I don't think I talked about the reveal because that information hadn't come out till today, but like just trying to get you guys some information out, and it's just a possible one. In case it shouldn't exist. Yeah, no. Yeah, we are not going to see Pokemon Center cases for a hot minute. And if we do, then we definitely know um, there's some backdooring going on. So you can order 4 ETBs, but you're not going to get a case because you got to order them at different addresses. So, well, we will find out on Monday, and I promise you guys this, I will be making a video on Monday about whatever we find out, my thoughts and opinions and feelings. Hopefully, we see the full set and we know what our 30th anniversary is going to be, and we can just stop the speculation. It's either going to be ass, mid, or fantastic, and we can move on with life. But I have a feeling we'll probably see a couple cards, and then we'll see like what the ETB is going to look like. Um, I guess if Japan does it, we won't see the SPC or anything like that, but we'll see. I hope we see the whole set. I hope they show all the Pikachu's and everything like that. So, anyways, gents, appreciate you guys very much. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll be up in a couple hours. Maybe a video tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll do a live tomorrow night. You guys want to come by? Great. If not, appreciate it. It was fun hanging out with you guys. Thanks, Korean, Brandon, Blab, LeChonk, Roxy, Thomas, Ludwig, or not Ludwig, Lambo, Pablo, Team Rocket Joey. Peace out, guys. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Love you guys. Bye.